In this tutorial, we'll look at how to adjust color, saturation, and brightness just via clicking on a particular color in an image. In the Develop module in Lightroom 4, if you scroll down past the tonal adjustments and the curve panel, you'll find the HSL panel. I'll zoom in a little closer here so you can see the details of this particular panel. There's 8 different sliders down here, different colors, and the option to change hue. So in other words, a blue sky, we could shift it more purple or more cyan. Saturation, which we could think of as how pure is the color. So fire engine, for instance, would be a far more saturated color than a skin tone. Completely removing saturation or desaturating would make that particular color grayscale. The next tab would be luminance, and that's how bright or how dark a particular color is. So let's zoom back out and look at this image, and I'm going to use the luminance tab and then this little circle that's right here. If we click on that, that's the on-canvas adjustment tool. In other words, when I go over and click on a particular color and drag down, because we're set on luminance, it'll get darker. If I was to drag up, it would get lighter. So let's try this out. I click on the sky, Lightroom automatically knows which slider to start adjusting, and I drag downwards and the sky gets darker. That's probably a little overdone, but you can see the effect. So let's undo that a little bit, make it look a bit more natural. Let's take a look at, here's before and here's after. So a rather attractive change to this image. Now one of the other things that I could do with this particular image is look at the saturation, and we're going to adjust the color of the ocean water here to make it a little bit more brilliant. So let's drag upwards to increase the saturation. So that's our adjustment. Let's undo it. Here's before and here's after. So a nice subtle change to that, just makes the color in the water there a little bit more interesting. Now one of the last things I'd like to do here is to show how, if you wanted to, you can use this in a very creative way to do selective black and white. I'm going to show an example here on the sky. Because we're on the saturation tab, I'm going to drag all the way downwards on the sky and completely desaturate the sky. That will make the sky pretty much black and white. So this is a great way to do these selective color or selective black and white, depending which way you look at it, type of images. So you can create something rather striking that way. So just to sum up, HSL tab over here, and we use the on-canvas adjustment tool so that we don't have to decide which slider to use. Lightroom will decide for us based upon what we click on. Hue is the basic color, the difference between a red or a blue. Saturation is how pure that color is, a fire engine versus a skin tone. They're both red, but very different levels of saturation. Luminance is how light or how dark a particular color is. And we showed the example on this image by darkening the sky by lowering the luminance.